I'm at Vita Foods Asia, speaking with John and Laura from Kerry. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for being here.
It's Kerry's first time here at Vita Foods Asia. How are you finding the show?
Fantastic. We're getting a lot of interest from different consumers. It's great for us as well to really understand the market and have conversations about our ingredients here today as well.
What have you got that you're exhibiting here that you're trying to show off?
So our three key technologies we're showing at this show will be well-immune, Ganeden, proteins, and then of course all of these with a taste positioning as well, because we are the taste nutrition company, so we want to make sure that everything we're delivering on both tastes good and is nutritious for our consumers.
So for the well-immune ingredient, it's focused towards immune health. How exactly does it boost consumers' immune health, and what are the benefits?
So we have a bank of clinical data, over 12 clinical studies at the moment, to show that well-immune can support your immune system by preventing upper respiratory tract infections. So we've done this across many different life stages and need states. So key ones here would be children, aging adults, athletes and stressed populations, all of which would have an additional immune health requirement because they tend to get sick more often.
So that would be perhaps people who are in high stress jobs, or would it be mainly sort of professional athletes, or sort of the normal consumers who participate in sports, or both?
So we've done a range. So for our stressed adults, we have medical students, and we've shown that it can support medical students during times of stress. During the athlete studies, we've done these in marathon studies post-race to see how they have, whether they've had less upper respiratory tract symptoms and infections when they're taking well-immune. And then we've also done an average fitness study as well to show that it can also support these populations as well.
There seems to be a bigger and bigger focus on immune health and people wanting to boost their immune health. Are you finding that's a trend that you're trying to keep up with and trying to respond to?
Completely. We know that immune health is the second most desired benefit of consumers when they're looking for functionality from a food or beverage. So when we look at that, 87% of respondents who indicate a need, only 48% are actually actively buying. So we see that as an opportunity to close as well, if you can offer a consumer with a product with an immune health benefit.
And what kind of applications is the product used in, is the ingredient used in?
So for well-immune, it can be used across food, beverage and supplements. So it's a really versatile ingredient. In beverages, we've seen it in the likes of follow-on formula, juices, beverages. In foods, we've seen it in a wider range, and then of course in supplements as well.
Okay, and alongside Kerry's also exhibiting protein ingredients. What exactly are you offering here? What have you got on show?
Well, we're focusing in on, I suppose, our dairy protein heritage here, and also how we have transferred that knowledge into vegetable proteins. So we have an ultra range of proteins demonstrated here in bars, but it's used across a wide range of platforms: infant and clinical nutrition, general wellness nutrition across all age groups. And we've been doing that for many years. And with the advent of the vegan requirements in the marketplace, Kerry have now developed a range of vegan proteins based on pea and rice. And what we've done is we've approached it on three different platforms, addressing the taste around use of vegetable proteins, the nutrition around vegetable proteins, and finally on the functionality. And we've addressed all three of those with Podium. So nutritious proteins are a requirement of the marketplace today, and vegetable proteins are lacking in certain amino acids. But Kerry's nutrition team have come together and brought different protein sources together to balance the amino acid profile. We've had it tested to make sure the PDCAS of our Podium range is now 1, equivalent to dairy and soya. We've addressed the flavour issue through our flavour modulation technology under a brand Taste Sense. So using natural ingredients, we've been able to mask the earthy and bitter notes that are sometimes picked up by people who consume vegetable proteins. And then the final piece of it is the functionality or the application of it in the end-use market, whether it's in a ready-to-mix or ready-to-drink product, or in a protein bar or a snack. We've been able to address the functionality of the product as well. So we're bringing all three things together: taste, nutrition and functionality. And we're demonstrating that here today in the form of a beverage and in the form of a protein bar.
Okay, and how important is it for you to provide the products in an accessible format for consumers to consume, what you mentioned, like in a protein protein bar. How important is it to provide it in something that they actually want to eat rather than feel like they should be eating or consuming?
Well, I suppose we're in a business-to-business scenario here, so first of all, it's very important that when we go and visit our customers, that we're demonstrating how they should use our protein to get the maximum benefit out of it. And the way to do that is to actually apply it in as an ingredient into a finished product recipe that we can demonstrate to our customer. And it's all about making sure that our customer is getting value from Kerry for the ingredient we supply. And then in a show like this, we're able to demonstrate the finished product in its finished application. And also, the most important thing I think about any food is you need to enjoy eating it. So, the day of eating something because it's good for you is gone. You eat something now because it's good for you and you enjoy eating it. And getting the balance between the taste and nutrition is critical, and that's what we're trying to do, not just in protein, but in everything that Kerry does, is balance everything with taste and nutrition, and make sure also it's good value in terms of functionality and cost.
And perhaps in the past 5 or 10 years, consumers are increasingly knowledgeable about protein and what kind of proteins they need. How have you had to respond to this consumer knowledge?
Well, say 5 or 10 years ago, people just bought protein. It was nitrogen in a product. Now people understand. The younger generation go on the website, they research the different protein sources. They know that certain proteins are good for certain things. So with the vegetable proteins, they have a challenge in terms of their nutritional profile. So with ProDM, it was very important for us not just to address the functionality and the taste, but also to make sure that the nutrition of that product was equivalent to dairy and soy, which would be seen as the benchmark really in proteins, and that's what we've done with ProDM. So our nutritionist was able to go away and balance the amino acid profile of the ProDM proteins to make sure that we were delivering the nutrition equivalent to milk and soya.
Okay, and obviously we're here in Singapore at Vita Foods Asia. How do you view growth in the Asian market? How important is it for Kerry to continue expanding and focusing on Asia?
Asia is definitely a developing market for Kerry to be coming into, but we see massive growth potential, particularly in areas like probiotics, such as our Guinean technology as well. So we have a lot of growth there that we imagine in the next few years.
Okay, well, we look forward to finding out more. John, Laura, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much.